All right, today we're talking about a really powerful tool for anyone outside the United States who's looking to do business or invest inside the US. It's called the Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, or ITIN for short. So, if you've ever felt like you're locked out of the American market, you're gonna wanna stick around for this.
So, picture this. You're a non-resident, maybe you're an entrepreneur, an investor, whatever, and you just keep hitting a wall. You want to open a US bank account, maybe get a US credit card, but it feels like the whole American financial system is a locked fortress. It's a super common problem. But what if there was a key? A special 9-digit number that, while it's not a work permit or anything like that, can actually swing open a surprising number of those financial doors. You know, it was designed for one thing, but it's the side effects that are the real prize.
So, let's break it down. The core of the problem is pretty simple, actually. Without a standard US ID number, most banks and financial institutions they won't even talk to you. And that can stop your big plans right in their tracks. So how do you solve this puzzle?
Let's make this real. Meet Fred. He's from South Africa, and he owns a rental property right here in the US. Now, because he's earning income on US soil, he has to file a US tax return. It's the law. But to do that, the IRS needs a way to identify him. And that's where this little number comes into play.
So what is this thing really?
It's called an Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, or ITIN. And look, its main job, its only official job really, is for taxes. It's just how the US government, and by that I mean the IRS, keeps track of tax forms for people who can't get a social security number.
And here's the official definition from the horse's mouth, the IRS. It's a tax processing number. So it helps people like our friend Fred comply with US tax law. And let me be super clear here. It does not give you permission to work. It doesn't change your immigration status. Its one and only official job is filing taxes. Okay, this slide is so important because it clears up the biggest point of confusion out there. An ITIN is not a social security number. An SSN is for work and benefits, mostly for US citizens. An ITIN is strictly for taxes, for everybody else. And here's the dead giveaway, the little trick to tell them apart. Every single ITIN starts with the number 9, always. So you know right away what you're looking at.
All right, so you're sold. You've decided you need one. What's next? Well, the process can look a little scary at first, but it really just boils down to a few key steps. Let's walk through this application quest together.
Okay, it really comes down to 4 main steps. First, you fill out a form called the W-7. Second, and this is absolutely crucial, you have to attach a real, valid US tax return to it. You can't just ask for an ITIN for fun. You have to prove you actually need it to file taxes. Third, you prove who you are. And finally, you mail the whole package in. Now, everybody listen up. If you remember one thing, just one thing from this entire explainer, please make it this. Seriously, do not mail your original passport to the IRS. It's your most valuable travel document, and you really don't want it sitting in a government mailroom for who knows how long. So how do you get around that? Well, here's the pro move. You use what's called a Certified Acceptance Agent, or a CAA. These are folks who are authorized by the IRS to check your documents for you. They'll look at your actual passport, certify a copy, and then they send that in. It is by far the safest and smartest way to do this. All right, so you've jumped through all the hoops. You've got your ITIN. Now what? What can you actually do with it? And, what's the catch? It is so important to weigh the rewards against the risks here. This table just lays it all out. On the one hand, the rewards are huge. We're talking opening US bank accounts, which you need for things like Stripe. You can apply for US credit cards, start building a US credit history, the whole shebang. But, and there's always a but, right? There's a trade-off. It's all about data privacy. You are giving your passport data to the US government, which then ties your foreign identity to a US tracking number. For some people, that's a total deal breaker.
And just a quick reality check on the timing. This is not an overnight thing, not even close. Once you mail in your application, get ready to wait. We're talking anywhere from 2 to 7 months, sometimes even longer. So, if you think you're gonna need an ITIN, the best time to apply was yesterday. The second best time is right now. So, we've covered what an ITIN is, how you get one, and the good and the bad. Which, of course, brings us to the final big question. Should you get one? And honestly, the answer is different for everyone. It all depends on your goals and how you feel about those trade-offs. Okay, let's just boil this all down one last time. First, remember the ITN is a key. Officially, it's for the tax system, but unofficially, it can unlock a whole world of financial services in the US. Second, that application process, you've got to protect your passport, so using an agent is the way to go. And third, it's a personal decision. It's a balancing act between the access you gain and the data you share.
And that really is what it all comes down to. For you, for what you're trying to build is having that key to the US financial system worth putting your personal info on file with the IRS. Only you can answer that. Thanks for sticking with me on this one.